I think I'm going to do...
This is the Peter Mancroft Church, which is right opposite the very modern building called the Forum. And here in the gardens there's apparently some shackles where they used to chain up the witches. So let's see if we can find them. I didn't quite know what her plant was doing, so well, I've looked round and round this church several times, and so you can just imagine then the accused people being chained to this church in the medieval era, while people went by, jeered at them and threw things at them for being a witch. Norwich Castle was an 18th and 19th century jail which held public executions. Edith Pargita was wrongly accused of witchcraft and imprisoned in the dungeons. Her life ended in despair, and her spirit is said to linger in the corridors. Her presence is coupled with a chilling feeling and a feeling of sorrow. Mary Oliver was burned for witchcraft, and her belongings were confiscated for the benefit of Norwich. The executions were done between the two gates. The Norwich Castle has just reopened, so sometime in the future we'll go and have a look around there. We walked past a lot of historical places of Norwich on the way there. This is called Pole's Ferry. When they were building the cathedral, this where I'm standing now was a river which led all the way up there to the cathedral, and this is how they moved the stones from wherever they got them from to the cathedral to build it. This is the Norwich Guildhall, where the suspected witches would have been held before being taken to the Fire Bridge, where we're going next. And it's interesting that this shop here sells things like crystals, tarot, herbal remedies, etc. And that's exactly what the witches would have been accused of being witches for doing those kind of things. And it's in the building where they would have been held, so it's like it's come full circle. If you look on my YouTube channel, the Goth in Norwich video, I actually go in that shop and have a proper look round. There's the Guildhall there. This is Norwich Market, which is 900 years old and would have been here at the time of the witch trials. This got to be a car coming past when you're filming, isn't there? So this is Elm Hill. This is the oldest street in Norwich. If you look in my shorts, there's a whole video about it in there. The bear shop. We found medieval art inside of Hungate Church. Robert!
Known a football shirt to have so many different sponsors on the front. We're near where we saw that Gary Newman tribute. Huh? Yeah. Do you know where you're going? But someone does.
It's football day.
Well, I can't be two. I can't be two.
Yummy.
This is the Fye Bridge. It's the oldest bridge in Norwich, was built in 1153. A ducking stool was a device used for public punishment. The stool, attached to a long pole, was lowered into the body of water. The belief was a true witch would float due to the devil's influence, while an innocent person would sink and drown. If the accused floated, they would be executed. Other signs of witchcraft could include talking to your pets, if crops died in the fields, if a neighbour became ill, a freak storm, arguing with a neighbour, and a visible mole or wart. So the ducking stool would have been somewhere on the side of this bridge. There has been sightings of a ghost on Fye Bridge of a woman who was tried at the site dressed in rags and begged strangers to pick up a dropped bundle of sticks that were used to kindle the fire that killed her. The accused were then forced to walk across Bishop's Bridge amongst jeering crowds to a burning pyre which was here, and then tossed into Lollard's pit, where we're going next. The cellar of the pub was where they kept the accused, who were then walked across this bridge to the burning pyre. This is where the burning pyre would have stood. This is the Adam and Eve pub, which is reported to be the oldest pub in Norwich. Now you can find things in the shops with witches on them. So it's like we've come full circle in Norwich.